right, now I pee.
No pee.
I go make coffee.
Cool. What up, Toxic?
Hello.
This is our chance to shine. This is our time to shine. I can put this before the actual video. Is there anything you want to say? Tell the world.
Slug is. There you go.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I probably have to blur out or like bleep out that word because that's at the very beginning of the video. But I think that's fair to say.
No, that's a compliment.
So I think it's really funny because you were out for some time, and then when you came back immediately to like the Slug thing, and you called it. You were like immediately like you were like, this is not gonna last very long, and then it like lasted 2 weeks since then.
I don't know why there's these people who keep giving him chances or just attention in general. I don't know what. Like we did good with the Ghostii thing. He's gone, right? And Slug just keeps coming back. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like a dirty rash.
Yeah. I mean, Slug's gonna do what he's gonna do. It's like at this point, I just feel like maybe what it is that the community just got to understand Slug's gonna do what Slug do. I think the biggest problem is I don't want to talk out of pocket. I think he has a little bit of a drinking problem though, but that's just my opinion.
It's okay to blackball people. I'm with that stance now.
It's hard because it depends on how you frame it, but I think I agree. I mean, the way that I always phrase it is like, the best thing that I can do for terrible people that I don't like is just not talk about them. You know, if you want to call that a blackball, sure.
Matt, you wash your hands.
Yes, I did.
How'd you know Matt was back?
Hell no.
Yes, I did.
Motherfucker, I went and I made a cup of coffee.
Motherfucker, I went and took a piss and I washed my hands. What are you talking about?
Sanitizer doesn't count, Matt.
Bro, it is way quicker to make this cup of coffee. The kettle was already boiled.
My sink is right next to the toilet. What do you want from me?
I literally
you pissed in the sink?
Bro, I got up, I put 2 spoons of coffee in a cup, 2 spoons of sugar in a cup, water, and I walked back. And
I got up, I took a piss.
And you're one-legged, bro. You hopped to that toilet.
No, I have a prosthetic leg.
Oh. Why are you guys so angry? Can we like cheer up?
Shut the fuck up, Toxic.
Okay, I'm trying to go for 3 more months.
Now recording.
All right, I had a question for everybody.
Hi.
Oh God.
What up?
When the Demented story started to break, did anyone think he was telling the truth?
No.
No. No.
I'm the altruist of the group, so I feel like my character would say yes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, here's the thing, Matt. Look, who would lie? Who would lie about their sister dying, or about their mother dying, or about them having a son, and then the mother of the son killed the son, and then went to jail, and then she got shanked in jail? Who would lie about that? You know what I mean? It's not my fault. It's a fool me once thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you.
I have a counterpoint.
Okay.
It's the internet. Everything's a lie. Nothing's true.
It's
all the Matrix.
I hadn't really considered
I was kind of making that point on Xylee's stream where, like, in the beginning of the internet, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, everybody was lying. That's what you did. It was you went on the internet and you lied about your life and how cool it was and shit.
I mean, have you been on Tinder lately? That's like all it is.
But the whole like Batman backstory where it was like my baby was murdered by my wife and now I'm in the dark alleys, standing there waiting for my time to take revenge on whatever, like I
love the idea of like WhySoDemented looking over a city, just like with a really solemn face, just remembering his past. Get it? Oh my God, he's like the Punisher. What the?
Yeah, they don't understand me. They don't understand what I've been through.
I wish he would have said his like wife ate the baby. That would have been pretty cool.
See, if he had said that, I'd be on his side. Honestly, I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. Like we all should have known that this was bullshit. Like, what cannibalism? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that he went believable enough to where it's like you squint and you can see it. And that's why I think it's like such an egregious lie, because it's like, it's just bad enough to make people feel bad, but also to make people go like, I don't know if I want to look into that.
Why? But that's my thing, right? Why would you feel bad?
About what?
Right?
Oh, like after the fact?
No,
because it's some random fuck on the internet that's told you some sad story. Everybody has a sad story. Who the fuck cares about his sad story?
No. I wouldn't feel. I wouldn't. Go ahead, talk.
if you genuinely had a dead baby, right? And then there's this like dickhead who's like, no, you don't. You don't have a dead baby. And you really do. You know how fucked that is?
It'd be
That's
funny.
so fucked up.
I'm just
That'd be
like,
awesome if somebody came out and they were like, your dead baby's fake, and then he's just like, here's the ashes in the urn right here.
It's real.
yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
but I would have the same, like, my thing to them would be the same as what I would say to, like, a fat person that's posting selfies on the internet. Don't post those selfies on the internet.
I think
Because
fat
people are
have
going to
dead
bully
babies.
you over it.
I think more than likely,
Yeah.
a lot of times that people have like tragic issues, like a dead baby or a dead or this or that. They don't really like talk about it that much on the internet. You know what I
It's
mean?
a wound.
Yeah.
It's a wound. Why would you reveal like an open wound to people so that they
It's-
can pick at it?
It is
Why
funny
would
to
you
like.
ever?
It is funny to see so many people in hindsight go like, "Oh yeah, I always knew he was lying." It's like, what do you mean? None of you guys tried to call him out, not even once. There was a few
Well,
people
like-
that did it because they could, because they knew that they could get away with it, because they couldn't go any lower than that accusation, you know. And they did it. And hey, kudos to them. They were right.
Or like, I might be speaking up my ass again, which I've been accused of, right? But I feel like every person that I know IRL that has ever had like a miscarriage, right? That shit's kept, after it happens, that shit is kept on the DL,
Yes.
right? Nobody ever fucking talks about it. When it comes to losing kids, nobody talks about it,
Yeah.
right? So why the fuck would anybody tell some? And then let's not even, besides the child thing, right? Let's get into the gang thing. That's where
Before
I
we get
really
into the
trouble.
gang thing, hi, welcome to Now Recording. I'm Matt Pitt. That's D.max.
Yo.
That's Toxic. That's Toxic.
He's muted.
God damn it. That's Beavers.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
I'm gonna go quickly let my dog out. Hello.
God damn it. I just
Oh God.
You were about to make a point.
Well, that's
Great.
all right. We'll cut this.
I just wanted to get the intro in there real quick.
It's all right.
Oh,
I mean, you
y'all
got it.
labels.
That-
Toxic, are you trying to do my voice right now? You said the other day that I sound like a cartoon character. Is this your dig at me? Do we
No,
have
you can be a
beef
voice
now?
actor. I'm a
Oh, thank
vegetarian.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You be-
I would love
you
to
be cool.
actually.
Yeah. Do it.
I actually I did try at some point, but
Like
that's,
a kid's
that's another
cartoon?
podcast.
Be perfect.
for another- that would be my dream. But
Yeah, you can do it.
All right,
I
Beavers, the
have
gang shit.
returned.
All right, what about the gang shit?
Oh yeah, right. Now I don't know how autistic people. Well, actually, no. I know how autistic people are in this community, right? But it takes it to a new level where you really think that a guy who is like this hardened gangster who's been to juvie, who got transferred to jail, and all of this shit is hanging out with fucking Doug.
yeah, I don't know how that would I don't know
In
if a
what
real life
world?
person would be able to
Poor
like,
Doug, bro.
yeah, yeah.
No, Doug's
Well,
nice.
well.
I'm just saying that gangsters and Doug is like oil and water, unless Doug is the guy that's being like set up to take the fall, right?
Well, he was
Sure.
set up.
What's that? Yeah.
Ultimately, yeah.
All right, we'll get to that in a bit because I think someone talked about all of them being in the group chat. So I think I can talk about this.
You know
But,
what else is in the group chat?
Mari,
And
Demented, Flatly,
Douglas?
and
Wait, what group chat is this?
you.
they tried. They tried.
Oh, really? They tried to get you in it?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't join the VC, but I was in it.
Oh, interesting. Wait, where was this though? Like what? It was
Okay. All right,
Right.
for us to explain this, we'll have to jump forward into the timeline.
I love
But
how
we'll-
Toxic's such a team player. He doesn't give us the scoop on this.
They were in like VC the entire time. I have no clue what they were talking about.
So
Oh.
we did a membership stream on the Demented stuff, right? During that, I get 15 DMs from Doug that are all screenshots. And I'm like, Doug, I can't go through any of this. Like, what the fuck are you sending me? And he tries to tell me after we're done streaming that, look, some big stuff's happening in a group chat. You need to join. And I'm like, Doug, no, I'm not joining a group chat. Like, I don't want to be the fucking proprietor of the story. Like, let Flatly have it. Let these guys have it. We'll cover it later, like what we're doing now. I don't want to be in the thick of this shit. That shit's weird. So Doug says, okay. And then later on, I get Doug. I'm like, Doug, all right, come into waiting. Let me talk to you, see what's going on. I pull him in, and guess who else joins? Fucking Mari. Mari is like the Doug translator. Of course, Mari's involved in this. Mari's involved in everything. Every little tiny drama. Mari's there in the thick of it. She just can't help herself. So I pulled Mari and Doug in. I kind of shit on Mari because it's like I'm just annoyed that she's involved in this, and I'm mad at the fact that Doug has been pulled into this because Doug is an innocent soul, and he's not. He's not a journalist, bro. He's not like one of these guys that are trying to get sources and shit. He just got pulled into this. And
Poor Doug.
From what they were telling me, Demented was still trying to spin the lie. He was trying to say that the baby, the baby dying was a lie, but the baby was still alive, and that this was all a gay op. Like all of it was a gay op.
Yep.
And none of it made sense. And I'm like, Mari, do you believe this shit? Are you believing?
By the way, looking back at it, right? Mari comes into that chat with us, and she's like, "It's all a gay op."
Yeah.
It's all a gay op. They're trying to prove who the snakes are, right?
Okay.
And then it just turns out that he was just feeding her another lie, and she just took it hook, line, and sinker. And you know why she took it, by the way, is she said that people were coming after her and her horny hour whatever podcast.
Yeah, apparently she has a fucking podcast. Yeah.
Mari?
Now,
yeah, with Demented.
Now, if you dislike people on the internet that much, right, that they can say stuff to you that sends you into such a tizzy that you are willing to believe any bullshit from anybody just to get one over on the people that you don't like. Oh my god, bro.
So they were saying, just to make sure that we're clear on this, what they were saying at that point in that group chat was they were saying that WhySoDemented's story was true, and they were running, or there were certain people running with it as a lie so that they could try to figure out who the snakes were that would run with a lie, is what they were saying.
They were saying like the WhySoDemented story was half true.
Yeah.
Or,
there was a kid, but he was alive.
And there was a girlfriend, but she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girlfriend was dead.
I love
No,
this.
wait, the girlfriend wasn't dead.
What?
No.
Was she in jail?
Wasn't. No. She wasn't in jail or anything. I just think that he didn't have custody of her, of the kids at that point.
There might be some people that are watching this maybe that
No,
haven't
she
seen that
was in
before.
jail. Yeah. She was in jail.
Yeah.
And he didn't have custody of the kids, so maybe with like a grandparent or something like that.
Okay. So this, okay. I don't know what your timeline is, Matt. So maybe if you're going to do that, just stop me. But like, yeah. I think it might be important just to make the audience understand WhySoDemented has been saying for a minute now that his backstory is that he was 14 years old and he got busted for selling heroin. He went to juvenile hall for 2 years or something like that. And then it was eventually
4 years.
Was it 4? Was it he told
Oh wait, no. 2 years, then he went to jail. You're right.
Yes, then he went to jail for 1 year or 2 years. It was a little hazy, but I think he said 1 year. And then he got out, met a girl, and then that girl and him had a baby, and then the baby lived to be 2 years old, and then she killed the baby. Well, like the girl killed the baby, and then she went to jail, and because she went to jail for killing a baby, she got murdered in jail because they don't like baby killers in jail.
Right.
That was the story.
Yeah.
That was what was being sold originally. So now the group chat that you're talking about is now saying what? That there was, that like half of that story was true. There was a baby. He never went to jail?
So let's continue the timeline. Let's continue the timeline. Okay. So Xylee tweets out that her husband had a back issue and needed to be helped by multiple men into a fire truck. Salvo takes
Can we pause quickly?
Yeah.
By the way, right? When you tweet out that your husband has had this accident,
oh boy,
maybe proofread, right? Or just think how it will be perceived. Because when you say that it took 6 men to move your husband, how can you not expect the Salvos of the world to run with that?
I'm not saying anything because Xylee is cool.
I'm just saying there might have been mitigating circumstances that required that. Maybe they needed a delicate touch or whatever. But when you just go out there and you're like, they brought
Listen.
3 men and it wasn't enough. So they had to get the 3 buff firefighters to come in because it took 6 guys to get that guy in the back of an ambulance.
I am not about
just
to fat
saying.
shame her husband, okay? If he
I'm
is
not
Jabba the
fat-shaming
Hutt
him.
having to get the fucking fire brigade to lift his ass crane out of a fucking building, like, you know, I just feel bad that they
For
had
all
to
we
do
know,
it to
for all we
begin
know,
with.
for all we know, he's not fat. He's built like a fucking ton
He
brick
could be-
house,
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's probably
he
fucking
could
Paul
be
Bunyan.
jacked.
He's
right?
a fucking
Yeah.
welder, dude. Like those
Yeah,
are guys
bro.
are built.
Bro,
He's a
he could
man!
but what I'm saying is he could be jacked, right? Their house could be the most awkwardly built piece of shit on the planet, right? But what I'm saying is when you say that it takes 6 men to move somebody lying down, you cannot be surprised.
I'm surprised she doesn't have Salvo blocked.
He does have Salvo blocked.
Now.
Even before that, I think.
How did he quote tweet it?
No, he screenshotted it.
Oh, I thought I remembered him quote tweeting it.
Everybody looks at everybody's tweets. Blocks are meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Salvo screenshots that tweet and says, "Oh, my manifestations are coming true." For some reason, out of all the fucking people, WhySoDemented has an issue with it, right? Like, this is a guy who was sucking Salvo's dick in his chat over and over and over and over. Someone who would like jump on the Salvo train, then kind of get off for a little while, jump back on. So WhySoDemented gets all mad and butthurt and says, like, I'm a Christian. You can't be making fun. You can't be going this way too far to make a joke about praying about someone's demise.
Yeah, don't make jokes about death or like, you know, somebody dying or like going to the hospital or having some sort of problem. What's wrong with you, Salvo?
Yeah.
WhySoDemented says.
So that happens, and then our old friend of the podcast, Cozy Thought, aka John Bon Jovi, pops into the replies and says, "Didn't you lie about your dead baby?" And that's kind of how it began. And then I get messages from Salvo being like, "Here's the evidence." It's a text message of like WhySoDemented being like, "Hey mom, didn't I have a son? Yeah, why? Just checking to see if I'm insane." You know, it's really weird. Then there's a
That was an awkward
picture.
one. Yeah.
There's a picture, and it looks like early 2000s photo. And then the birth certificate, which was all censored, had an emblem on it, which all the autists went to work, and they found that the emblem on the birth certificate was from pre-2006, and that there is a new emblem now for after 2006. So the emblem that should be on that birth certificate, if that baby's born in 2020, is not the one that Demented showed.
And
So
there was a photo too of the kid. I don't know if that was like
Yeah, I
presented
said
at
that.
that point. You did.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So the photo, so we know now that the photo and the screen grab that he got of the birth certificate or the photo that he took, that was his birth certificate, and the photo apparently was him when he was a kid.
yeah, that's what everyone was kind of speculating. Like, I don't know 100% if that. I mean, it's kind of obvious, you know.
The photo is, I think,
Yeah,
for sure.
okay.
I think that's been confirmed, but I don't. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. The birth certificate has been confirmed to be WhySoDemented. That was covered on the Flatley thing. We don't know about the photo, but it's like, I mean, come on, it looks like a '90s photo.
Yeah. So Salvo goes on stream, covers it. Later that week, Milltown's Best goes on stream goes on stream and covers it. Does a more in-depth study on this situation. And yeah, it's all circumstantial evidence. There's not really necessarily a smoking gun, but the collection of it all is pretty much, you know, you could pretty much safely say like this dude's lying.
Man,
And
hold on. I just want to say, like, this whole... I don't care if he's lying or not. I just think, and I know people are going to disagree, I don't really care. The people investigating this shit are kind of weird, too. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't like it. They're weird.
Yes.
That's kind of the reason why I joined the group chat. Because I wanted to, like, help Doug. I wanted to save Doug from the crazy people.
yeah,
These people are just like, fuck. This entire corner of the community, I hate them all.
It's really weird too, because people kept on using terms like team. I kept on hearing people say "my team" a lot, and I was like, what do you mean by your team? Like, is it like that makes it seem like, oh, there's like a newsroom of people that are like crunching numbers behind a desk and like staring at a screen and fucking chugging Monster Energy drinks like fucking maggot edits. Like, no, it's like that's not what happened. It's like there's just, you guys basically put 2 and 2 together to say like normal journalistic things like, hey, he provided his birth certificate, so let's go see if it even looks like birth certificates that are around. Like, is it really, like, that's common sense. That's not like hard-hitting journalism, y'all. Like, it's not. I'm sorry. Kudos to you that you did it. Congratulations, you did it, but it's normal due diligence.
I just don't get why. I think a lot of it is performance, but why are you so angry that people didn't want to do that? why are you so angry that we now recording just didn't want to jump on that train because like it's just too in depth, man. We covered
weird.
We were the
Look,
last to
right?
hear
Look,
about it.
look,
That's
look,
the thing
look.
is like if they knew about it beforehand, go with it.
No, we weren't.
we weren't last.
We heard
were
about
ahead.
it early.
No. What I'm saying is because so this is known. Flatley came to us, right, about this. And so
Yeah.
like he knew at that point. Like if he knew so well, because he said in his thing that he knew the whole time. He knew from the very beginning, the first time that WhySoDemented opened his mouth and said that story, that in the back of his mind he knew that it was a lie. So if he knew way back then, why didn't he cover it then? Or why didn't he pursue it then? Why did he come to us for it?
Because he wanted us. Because if it was actually if they fuck up,
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't want to
Meaning he
touch
did
the
not
shit.
know. Meaning he didn't know. Meaning he didn't know. Like the rest of us, nobody knew.
No, because look, right? I can appreciate the autism, right? I feel like people were throwing around credit, right? For this, people fucking hell, people were arguing for credit over this. That was insane to me. But the person that I feel really did the work, right? The autistic work was that Valid Creations person, right? They did the work, they went and found the registrar thing, they did all of that, right? Would I ever do it? No. I don't care enough to do it. Right? If I think the person's a liar, I don't need to prove to them why I think they're a liar. But I forgot where I was going with that.
God damn it.
Holy shit.
The Valid Creations person.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like when people say it's like it's great, like you did the work, right? And kudos to you for actually doing it. Okay?
Yeah.
But when people are like, this is like real, like, work, like we need a team to do it or whatever. We sat in a call with Peepaw and Flatley came in, then Peepaw came in. I think that's how the timeline went, right? But
No, you're missing. You're mixing it up. It wasn't Peepaw. It was Kristen Hart.
No, it wasn't Kristen Hawk.
He came in after Flatley, because Flatley got
Peepaw
Kristen
wasn't
Hart to
there.
come in. Yeah, Peepaw didn't. I wasn't there when you guys talked to Peepaw. I talked to him
No.
independently, but
We talked to Peepaw on a members stream.
What?
You're getting it mixed up.
No, we
It was Kristen
didn't.
Hart. It was Kristen Hart, dude.
yeah, it was Kristen Hart. I was there.
Who was I joking about doxing a baby to then? I'm pretty sure that was Peepaw.
Chris, like in the Flatley call when Flatley joined.
Yeah, but I remember I was joking about doxing babies and what's the efficacy of doxing a dead baby? Can you really dox a dead baby?
Flatley and Kristen Hart, I think.
I think it was
And you
Peepaw.
did it to me. Yeah, you did it with me. Peepaw wasn't there in that call.
Wasn't it Peepaw?
No, it wasn't Peepaw.
I swear
Yes,
people was
it's
like, you're
okay to dox
gaslighting
dead
me right
baby.
now. You're gaslighting me right
No,
now.
it was
I
me,
think you're wrong, Beavers.
Beavers, D.max, and then Flatley joins. We talked to Flatley for a while,
Right.
and then Kristen Hart comes in.
Yes, that's what I remember too. Hey, Core.
Yes, it's okay to dox a dead baby. As long as the parents are okay with it.
Yeah, parents got to consent. Children
Right.
can't consent to being doxxed, is
Right.
what we're learning today.
Yo, I never considered this, by the way. If your baby dies, like at birth, do you still need to name it?
I would. Why not? You don't need
Oh,
to, but I would.
That's
No, but like for the death certificate and stuff, do you still
Well, this is
need
an
to go
interesting
like
thing.
it
So
would
my
be Christopher Joseph?
well, Jesus, just gonna leave
you
that
go
there.
to the mother's grieving. You're like, and what would its name have been? We need it for the paperwork.
It's not depressing.
Maybe you
no,
named the
you-
kid. Maybe you named the kid Jesus, hoping for a miracle. You know what I mean?
Oh,
There have been miracles where like the baby's dead and then they're holding it in its arms and it just comes back to life. I've seen
That's
that on like Unsolved Mysteries and shit.
yeah,
I was thinking
the
about it more
Mexican
like the
babies.
baby like busts its baby arm through the ground like a zombie, and then like just like comes out like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Fucking Princes of the Universe by Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mexican baby's named Jesus.
Yes. Which fits.
Anyways, D.max, you were saying?
No, well, I know there was a bunch of people who tried to like look this up because, well, that's the like funny / ironic part of all of this is that I feel like there were more people who got into this story because they were trying to exonerate WhySoDemented rather than trying to bury him. For
Yeah.
instance, Peepaw is a great example. He got on this story because when it was starting to get going, he reached out to WhySoDemented and had like gotten a call with him and asked him a bunch of questions, and like and there were certain things that like WhySoDemented was willing to share, and certain things that he wasn't willing to share. And Peepaw did his due diligence for the information that he had, and literally could not find a single piece of like exculpatory or exonerating evidence against or for WhySoDemented. And so he just at that point came to him and said, listen, dude, unless you're willing to give me like pretty much your docs or something, like there's nothing I can do, you know, which, you know, he didn't want, but it was just like, it's like at that, it's like he looked at like trying to find newspaper articles like written about the kid, because it's like if a mother kills a baby, you'd figure there'd be a news article written about it. Plus New Orleans is not like a very like large, like, you know, big place. I'm not doxing anybody, by the way, that's public information. It's just like, WhySoDemented, you better feel bad, because there's so many people who like tried to bat for you about this, and it's just like, bruh, you lied to all of them, and you continue to lie. Like, why? At what point? You figured like a week or two into the lie, it was like maybe you just like on another stream just be like, hey guys, remember that funny thing that I said the other day? Yeah, it was a joke. If he had done that, I feel like people would have been mad, but I don't think it would have been like this. It's the fact that he got like dragged kicking and screaming into telling the truth. That's the problem.
The people that help the WhySoDemented guy are just like the saps that get scammed. I feel nothing for you. When somebody DMs me with some wacko story, I normally, or like if somebody's I'm just like, oh, that sucks. Right? I'm just like, oh, I don't go and I don't try and like ask them about it or figure things out. I'm like, that's your fucking problem, bro. It's not mine. Why the fuck are you telling me about it?
I mean, that's fair.
So also, that's something that happened in the middle of this was Slug was team Demented for quite some time. Went on stream with Demented. It was a very weird stream. They talked about cum a lot. It was fucking ridiculous.
That's what Slug does.
Yeah. And
I cum a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, hold on. But
is that why you're going blind?
Yeah.
Just before you go into this, I legitimately feel like, right, the people that, and I like some of the people that went to bat for, well, I like most of the people that went to bat for WhySoDemented, but I really feel like a lot of them went to go bat for him because of the people that were making the accusation. Less so the validity of what was going on.
You're right. I can't even say you're wrong. You're totally right. That's 100% what happened.
And then afterwards, people are like, you betrayed me. How could you do this to me? And I'm like, I really do feel like you all had fucking blinders on and you were just, you weren't looking anywhere but at your enemy.
Yeah.
You
For
know
like the
what I mean?
Ghostii thing, like none of us felt betrayed when he lied about his dead mom. We were pretty fucking, we expected it.
Yeah.
It was just
To be
fucking
fair, I never watched Demented. I don't care about Demented. I didn't feel betrayed at all. I just like, I don't care about any of these new people who come in commentary because I just don't give them any attention because of situations like this.
You got pulled into this though. That's hilarious. You got pulled, like you were like, I don't know you guys.
Oh yeah. Well, I was looking out for Doug. I don't want them fucking with Doug. I want all these weirdos to stay away from Doug.
Who convinced Doug to come in? That's what I want.
I don't know. But Doug hit me up. I was like, sure, I'll join. And then I found out it was in a VC. I was like, I'm not doing all this shit.
Yeah.
Get out of there, Doug.
Yeah, that was his. Doug tried to convince me to join because you were in there, and I was like, no, still not doing it. But anyways, back to the Slug thing. So Slug's defending Demented. Demented's on stream. Demented's doing this weird thing where he's like, well, you know, Salvo's going to say what he's going to say. He's a funny guy, you know, he does stuff like this. And it's so obvious that at that point, to me, that's the convincing. I mean, I was already convinced before that, but this is the convincing part, is just the way Demented is interacting with people.
So flippant.
So flippant, so fucking just like off the cuff and just so like trying to normalize it, yet he sounds like he's lying because he's acting way too natural. It's like, oh yeah, you know, that just happens. Ha ha ha. Joke. Like, bro, like I would like you in that situation, wouldn't you be just like devastated? Like,
oh yeah. Well, you'd be pissed. I mean, like, yeah, if somebody's like talking out of pocket shit about your fucking dead kid, yeah, you would 100% just be like, fuck you. So like, I can't imagine a scenario where, yeah, that all actually happened to WhySoDemented, and then he's just like, haha, he's a funny guy. Yeah. Like, you'd probably have more of the reaction that, like, well, never mind. I was going to name drop other people who had reactions to Salvo, but you know what I mean. You'd have a big reaction. You'd be like, fuck you, I hate you, you're a piece of shit. Pound your chest, something.
So here, the confusing part to me on this stream was Slug saying he'd seen articles and he'd seen documents backing up Demented's story. Now he would go on to later say, "No, I didn't see that. I saw Demented's criminal record backing up his story that he was a convict." Demented.
Matt.
What?
Are you telling me that Slug is a liar?
Yeah.
Hold on. But the
Oh my
cherry on the cake,
wild.
the cherry on the what? cate is then
What?
Why So Demented comes out and is just like, yeah, all that criminal record stuff, that was fake.
Yeah. But the thing, he not only that, he throws Slug under the bus, but he was on the stream with Slug, being like, yeah, go Slug, go, you know?
Slug is
but
his
how do
most
you
ardent
think those
supporter,
DMs
and then
went?
yeah, you're right. In the Flatley thing, he's just like, yeah, Slug is the real villain here. It's like, what the hell, man?
But how do you think those DMs went? Right? Both of them are lying. Right?
Yeah.
Well, no. Why So Demented talks
Why
about
So
that.
Demented-
He says that in the Flatley thing. He's like, there's so many people that just ran with this bullshit, and he's like, I can't believe you're serious people. Now he has nothing to say. He has no room to say that, absolutely. But he's right. I mean, it's like, dude.
Yeah, but it's just like, imagine you're the guy that's I message Matt. I'm like, hey Matt, I went to jail for killing my wife, and then Matt replies, I know I'm lying, and Matt replies to me, yeah, I looked you up and I found your court records that confirmed all of it, and I'm just sitting there looking at my phone and going like, bruh.
That's it. That's exactly what he described. Yeah.
Bro, like the whole situation. And then, so Slug defends him and then immediately backpedals the next day. And it's just like, he lied to me. He pulled a ghostie on me. I'm devastated. Yada, yada, yada. And I guess at that point, Demented's like, fuck this guy. I'm going to fucking destroy him. And starts leaking screenshots, I guess, of the situation between Slug and Demented. They're having a conversation in DMs. Demented's saying, I'm so mad. I want to kill Salvo. I want to kill him.
I
And
love this part.
Slug's just like, here you go. Here's Salvo's docs. Enjoy.
No,
Enjoy.
Matt.
No. Hold up. There is an aspect to that. Why So Demented did ask for the docs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Either way,
It doesn't change it, but I'm just saying he did ask for it.
Yeah,
It's different than him just providing it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like Slug just randomly was like, oh, you're mad. Well, here's Slug's.
Yeah, he's like,
here's
I
his
want
docs.
he's like, I want Salvo's docs, I want to kill him. And then he's
Yeah,
like, Slug's like, enjoy.
It's not a defense. I just want to make sure that was conveyed.
you know, for someone like Slug who thinks he's like a super smart guy, let's say Demented went through with it, right? Let's say Demented went, found Salvo, and murdered him and ate his dick or some shit. I don't know, right? But let's say he did. Does Slug not realize that he would be an accomplice to that? Because he gave him
No, Toxic.
no.
You're forgetting
You
because
yeah.
Slug said in the message that followed, Slug said, if you act on any of this, I am going to have to like inform the police or whatever about what you've done.
Yeah, because that
Right?
would change everything.
For that.
And then he
That's
sent
like
a winky
having the guy-
face. That's not real.
That's
but,
like
you know.
that's like a guy's pissed off. He says, "I'm gonna fucking shoot him," and you hand him the gun. And then once you've
Do it.
handed him the gun, you go, "And look, bro, if you do this, right, I'm gonna have to go to the cops." All right.
Yeah, Slug's
Bro.
fucked either way. He's
Bro,
in a
Slug
loophole.
had no reason to be involved in this whatsoever.
And then he says on Twitter, right, that he consulted a lawyer, right, about this. I don't believe you consulted a lawyer, but if you did, you need to fire him. He's going to get you.
Wait,
Who is
wait.
this? Fucking the retarded version of Better Call Saul.
I was about
What's
to say
going on
something.
You should plead no contest.
I'm confused. Like, so wait, what was the advice from this supposed lawyer? What was?
Slug
No.
Slug essentially said, right, that he'd spoken to legal counsel or something like that,
Right.
and then he goes on after that to say, I did tell you that I would take steps to prevent this from happening, right?
I
But
mean,
that doesn't work. That's like I'm working with a group of bank robbers, right? And I drive them to the bank, and then I say to them, "Good luck, buddy." And then
Right.
and then I say to them, "By the way, guys, if you rob that bank, I'm going to report you to the police."
well, it's just like the
I've
reason why
been
I'm stuck on
involved
it
up
is
until this point.
it's very obvious to me that, again, like you said, like I don't think he actually did talk to legal counsel, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you talk to legal counsel about a doxing? Doxing's not illegal. And I understand you talk to them about like the potential of being wrapped up in some murder thing. But again, I said this on Peepaw's stream, and I'll say it again. I don't think anybody was under the impression that WhySoDemented was actually going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Because he just said that he went to fucking jail or some shit and he was a hard ass and in a gang, and none of that was fucking real. So what makes you think like one day he's gonna wake up from his life in suburbia and be like, yeah, you know what? I think murder today.
Well, they're saying, like, regardless, Salvo's saying that that the threat was made or whatever, and Salvo's being facetious about it, that he thinks it's real. However, it wouldn't matter in any case, because I am 99% sure that if you took that to a police office,
it's enough.
right?
It's enough.
It's enough. I don't think they do anything about it, though.
I don't know.
Either way, I don't think they do shit, bro. You know
They
how,
have to if you
how
ask for it, but yeah.
You know how much of a douchebag you are going to the police and wasting their time with that?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's the point that I was making, is that this is all a waste of time for the authorities. Don't get them
All right,
involved.
I got this. Oh, go ahead.
I think Keemstar is at the biggest risk here. All right, because Salvo's actually retarded and crazy. All right, and he also gave a death threat to Keemstar and Brantley. So I think they're at a higher risk.
And then he went on Peepaw's stream and literally said it was a credible threat. Like Peepaw asked him directly, "Is this a credible threat?" And Salvo replied, "Yes, it is." So, but whatever. I don't think anybody should really.
I still do think that if you took that to the police, it would be a situation where they'd say, "Yeah, sure, we'll do something about it. Fill in the form."
Right.
And then that form would never go anywhere.
So the Slug screenshot with the legal counsel, he says real names have been swapped and for online usernames for privacy purposes. I have spoken to legal counsel involving the Salvo Pancakes Twitter account and WhySoDemented. While I hate to apologize to Salvo, I'd rather not be tied to the actions of a deranged criminal named WhySoDemented. I do not condone Demented's actions, and I do not have any interest in being involved nor complicit in WhySoDemented's plot to murder Salvo Pancakes. And to continue to show this, I do apologize for sending the known liar and antagonist, WhySoDemented, a public Twitter account with Salvo's personal information. Any harm done to Salvo through this is not condoned or encouraged by myself. And those messages, it is also known I would be getting law enforcement involved if WhySoDemented went through with this. But through legal counsel advising me and through a recollection of events, I apologize to Salvo as my involvement with a mentally deranged individual named WhySoDemented has already damaged my reputation beyond repair, and I stand by the statement I will get law enforcement involved if WhySoDemented makes any attempts to harm, harass, or kill Salvo Pancake.
If Demented did it, he would be involved with law enforcement anyway, whether he wants to be or not.
Well, and it would already be done. How the fuck would Slug know if it's gonna happen?
But can you imagine the open and shut case? Salvo just ends up dead in his house, and they're like, I wonder who could have done it. Salvo Pancakes. Oh, apparently there's this WhySoDemented guy. Okay, go through. Oh. All right.
It'd be really
case closed.
Yeah, it'd be really funny because they'd be going back through like their paperwork that they just had, like, you know, collecting dust on their desk, and be like, wow, I guess we should have filed this, huh?
Do you think Slug will contact his buddy Chris Hansen to bail him out?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So next on the list is the Flatley interview with WhySoDemented. And in that interview, WhySoDemented finally comes clean. You know, he's finally admits.
How do you know?
What?
How do you know he's not lying there too?
That he's lying about the lie?
A exception, yeah.
Oh, that would be the best play ever. That would be. Oh my god! Chef's kiss.
I think I quit now recording. I'm like, I'm done with this, bro. Like, so you were telling the truth, but you decided to lie about telling the truth. Now you're lying about telling the truth.
He does have a dead baby.
Well, you know, see, it's hard because, like, or what I think happened, and this is my headcanon, right, is that I think what happened was that WhySoDemented didn't want to come out and, like, give an interview about this until there was a proper scapegoat. Because that whole entire video, that 20-minute video or whatever, is pretty much them just shitting all over Slug, which, fair enough, Slug should be shit on right now because he didn't do the right thing and he was a doxer and all this bad stuff, right? But WhySoDemented is still somebody who needs to be shit on. And I just, it's like the way that that was conducted to me just was like why do you have to get into the Slug aspect of it? Like, sure, I understand that's an aspect of the story, but leave that until the end. It's like most of that video was them just, like, talking about like how bad of a person Slug is, and WhySoDemented being like, well, at least I'm not that crazy, right? Yuck, yuck, yuck. It's like, yeah, but you came up with the fucking story. You know, you're the reason for this.
Yeah, no, it's just you're so demented being retarded, and then Flatley just fucking, I don't know. So this is the thing with Flatley, right? Flatley, after the interview premieres, he starts taking shots at us.
I was about to bring that up.
Yeah,
read that tweet.
The first tweet he tweets out is, "I want every single one of you bigger commentators to know you're all pussy for not covering this. Now everyone wants in on Demented. You're all dry for content." And then says, "I'm curious on how Now Recording is going to address platforming Slug and his false allegations."
Again, I just want it stated, Flatley came to us with this. He knew about this before us.
Yeah.
So for him to say that...
And you didn't want to cover it either!
Yeah, shove it up your ass, Flatley.
So I quote tweet this was a screenshot of Slug on Flatley's show, the Riz show or whatever, to which he replies, "It's a Riz off, not a forum where I allow false allegations." To which I reply, "Our show is a call-in show. People are going to say whatever. Slug's been lying since 2020. We've told you he's a liar countless times. You guys hang out with him. The fuck are you talking about?" And he says, "I don't have..." Go ahead.
I was going to say, Matt's not even nice to him when he comes on the streams.
No.
That's horrible to him.
Bro,
I've had full disclosure... And full disclosure before somebody slings this at me, I did go on Slug's show. I have been around. I'm not hanging out with Slug. We don't talk all the time. He happens to be, annoyingly in the in the server, that I have for Discord and my notifications and stuff like that. But it's like I wasn't like too friendly with him, and I've been saying for a very long time that he's been on probation, and now it's an extended probation and a lot harsher.
No, he's gone. He's gone. No more. I'm not doing
that's what I'm
this shit
saying.
again.
Yes,
No,
you
no, I
are.
get it.
Yes, we are.
I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not doing this shit again.
Okay,
Yes, you
okay,
are.
and they talk so big now, but guess who had to pull the fucking ban on him? Me.
I was going to. I couldn't find him.
Matt's like, should we ban Slug? And then I'm
you
like,
guys
I'll do it.
And
And that's like, bet,
He'll be
go
back.
do it.
he'll be back.
Yeah, I always have to ban everybody. Like, you ban people. You
Yeah,
do
okay,
your
just
job,
wanna
all right?
ban Slug.
No, do your job, goddammit, all right? God damn it.
Listen, the last time I banned somebody, it caused a huge controversy.
Yeah, Core shouldn't be banning anybody, okay?
True.
So, but no, to continue the conversation, Flatley says, "I don't hang with him, to be fair. Also, I didn't know this bit of information. I was just curious what your guys' stance would be since Slug was freshly on
I
the
didn't
show."
know this bit of information. Get the fuck out. Him and Chris both with their bullshit little walkbacks, all right? Jesus.
No. We addressed this before, right? I can't remember what episode or if it was a live stream that we addressed this on, right? We are a podcast that covers spurgy drama, right? If spurgy drama involves certain people, they can come on, okay? The difference between us and you, right? You people that are friends with Slug and hang out with Slug, right? I have him on a show. I don't interact with him outside of my show.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not looking to be friends. And this is how people end up I said it again. This is how people end up weaseling their ways back into the community. Right? Because you see them on one. Take Ghostii. At some point, somebody's going to have Ghostii on a show. I know it. Right? 100%. What's going to happen is people are going to see Ghostii on said show. People are then going to go talk to Ghostii. And then Ghostii's going to come on your streams. And then all of a sudden, you're all buddy-buddy with Ghostii. And then you turn, but Now Recording had him on. Like,
Yeah.
The fuck?
It starts with
The
you
fuck that
guys, bro.
logic?
Ember Lily was going around the community being like, Ghostii and Ghostii and Slug have changed. They're changed people. They're so nice. They're so good people. And then she gets fucking destroyed by the both of them. Like, accused of sexual assault by Slug. Fucking Ghostii uses fake dead mom as a clout grab against her. Like, she gets dismantled by these two. Like,
You
these
guys
can't be trusted.
You guys are perfectly allowed to call me naive and say that this analogy does not apply, but I would just say that, like, I do believe in, at least for these types of people online. For me, I work with the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Or I'm sorry, what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Yeah, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. It's like, for me, I wasn't around during all of that shit with either of these people. Now that I've seen it, yeah, no, I would be a fool to go back. I would personally be a fool to just go ahead and assume like, oh no, they've changed. They were acting exactly like perfectly the same as because I agreed at the time with Ember Lily, right? At the time, I want to stipulate that at the time, because I didn't see it, I didn't know. And so I saw, oh, these people are being nice, like whatever, they're just nice people. But now that I've seen them do their shit, it's like, yeah, okay, when they come back and then they're nice again, I'll have some like recall to be like, all right, they've acted like this before in the past, and then they end up fucking up anyway. So I can't trust that they just are nice now, you know?
Yeah. And
So
the thing is, right,
Sorry, I just want to say this, right? The only reason that Slug is banned now is for protection of our now recording community. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
I know you fuckers are going to interact with him outside of here, but that's it. Protection of the people in our Discord. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I couldn't give two shits. Right? I can jump into a VC with Slug, talk to him for 2 seconds, leave. I'm not going to become friends with Slug. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to get close to those people on the internet. So
WhySoDemented shared his phone number with the guy.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to make the mistakes that you idiots make.
That's what I'm saying is like, okay, even me, right? Trying to be as charitable as possible and saying like, well, maybe, you know, people fucked up in the past. I would never give Slug like my legitimate actual personal information that wasn't already out there. I would never give him my phone number. That's just not going to happen. You know?
Well,
that's going right in the folder.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing too is like, so like new people come into the community and they're like, oh well, who's Slug? And they see, he used to do bad stuff. Is he good now? And then they hang out with him and they act like, it's a clean slate for him, and you all should accept him. And why don't you guys have him on Now Recording or have him on this or that? And it's like what? Just because you haven't been around doesn't mean he doesn't have a history and a reputation.
And that's the pipeline that Beavers is saying. That's exactly what he's saying. Like that's how it seems like that's how these people worm their way back into the community, is that they just tack like that. New people latch onto them. The new people are good, and so they hang out with people that are known. Eventually, you just to be nice, you include somebody in the group, and then, you know, if you brings up the ladder, they're on a bigger fucking platform.
No, D.max, that's not what I'm saying.
No?
Right?
Okay.
There is the new people aspect,
Okay.
but it's the current people that do the same. It's
really?
not new. It's
Fair
not
enough.
new people. It's not new
It's like
people
Alpha
coming
Russ.
in.
Alpha Russ was a guy who would completely go from server to server being like, why is Slug in here? Why the fuck is Slug here? I'm sick and tired of that. And now all of a sudden he's like going on streams with them. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but it's like you guys like change your minds like every 5 seconds in this community. It happens. Mari's another one. Mari's fucking bitch about Slug all the time. Now she's cool with Slug.
Listen, all right, this is a message for anyone who's been around for the last 3-4 years, anyone who's coming, like just found this fucking shithole community. All right, listen, not everyone deserves second chances, okay? Because we're just going to live in this cycle, and we're going to be here again, and it's just going to get worse and worse from here, all right? So I think we should start blackballing people. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'm never interacting with these people. I'm over these fucking retards. I hate this sphere, this little section of the community. You all suck.
And I wanted to say one thing about the only reason Slug got an episode of Now Recording is because Jalen ghosted us on that day, and we needed a guess, and we got Slug on, and I did the same thing I've always done with him. Hold on. I've done the same thing I've always done with him, and I've asked him the same questions, and he gives the same answers. They are, and also I want to point out, they are very bad answers. Slug, why did you threaten to poison somebody's animals? Oh, that was bad. Yeah, that was really bad. I don't know why I did that. That was really bad. Like that's how he says everything. So like, you guys just like get used to it, and you flip. I've always been the same way. Toxic's been the same way. Beaver's been the same way. Core's been the same way. D.max and Mitch are new, and they kind of came in at a Slug at a time where Slug had gotten the audience to switch. So there you go. Go ahead, Beavers.
But again, right? When we have, I don't know how to say this politely, right? I'm gonna say what d.max says. Mask off, right? I'm in a mask off mood. But when we have Slug on the podcast, right? You're supposed to see it as a freak show event.
Well, yeah, to your
You're
point.
You're not supposed to sympathize with the thing that we're having on. You're supposed to poke it with a stick.
The name of the video.
That's the point of it.
Yeah, the name of the video where we
bad or
right.
go away and think, oh, he's cool. He was on our recording. No.
Yeah. The Slug video is literally titled "Now Recording Episode 73." Go check it out if you haven't, and press like on the video too. Angry Slug Redemption Arc ? And then in parentheses it says unlikely. So you tell us, how did we redeem Slug by that?
Yeah.
And you literally said, Matt, Slug, at the very end of the episode, you're like, Slug, you're gonna fuck up again. And Slug is like, yeah. It's like, everybody, this was foretold. And yet this is being laid at our feet? Why?
And then, one more thing, right? Because I know maybe somebody will bring it up. People are going to be like, oh, but Beavers, you always say that Slug's a good guy. He's a good boy. I do that to piss Matt off. I do that in private VCs when nobody's around.
It's a bit. It's a fucking bit.
I wanna make a point. I want to finish these tweets because I got a nice little twist coming out at the. So Flatley says, I don't hang with him, to be fair. Also, I didn't know this bit of information. I was just curious with you guys' stance since Slug was freshly on the show. And I say, the stance is how it's always been. Slug's a liar. He's always been a liar. He was banned from the server for the screenshot. I don't get this angle you're taking at all. It's weird, lol. I'm not responsible for the people that call in. Damn, guess I'm responsible for the people that call in. Damn, I guess I gotta ban everyone from calling. And Flatley says, nah, this is on me. I came in too hot. You right, though. All right. Flatley goes on Slug stream. I repeat, Flatley goes on Slug stream. Let me say that one more time. Flatley goes on Slug stream.
5 minutes
after
later.
this conversation. 5 minutes later, walks everything back to Slug. Not only that, insinuates that he knows details about Slug that they've had personal conversations about. So he's had like friendly conversations with Slug, more conversation than we've ever had. All right. Now, are we ready for this? Now, guess who's hosting a debate between WhySoDemented and Slug?
Has this happened yet?
It's about to happen tonight.
Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. Are you
Flatley is hosting a blood sport between WhySoDemented and Slug. The same guy that pointed his finger at us and being like, for fucking.
Wait a minute,
Slug.
Matt. Do you remember the reason that he gave us for not running the story? He said that he said, I'm not a commentary channel. I don't run with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Bro.
That's what he told us. That's what he said. That's why he said, like, you guys should do it, because I don't do that.
Bro, yeah, dude, I don't trust Flatley at all, dude. I don't trust that guy at all. And, like, he tried to make a move on us. He tried to, like, twist the narrative. And it's just like, bro.
How'd that work out for you,
What
buddy?
are you? Are you fucking hoojin', bro?
If we're gonna say Twitch is a commentary channel, so is he. Because he takes all these people from commentary and he puts them on his channel. I mean, commentary.
I don't care what it's like. Fucking most of fucking YouTube is commentary. Like in the sense that like we all do commentary style videos. If you are a part of the commentary community, like Flatley's whole thing is that he's friends with Chris the Narc. It's like, what do you mean you're not a part of the community? What do you mean you don't do this kind of content? What do you mean by that?
Friend is a very loose term, by the way. That's what Chris has told me.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. That's what I've heard from Flatley.
Yeah, Flatley says a lot of things.
Fair enough.
As you
Fair
noticed.
enough. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Good point.
Drama. What's going on between them two?
Yeah.
Find out next time on Now Recording.
Yeah, no, that was just in fairness to Flatley, he did apologize to me in Tommy's chat and apologize and stuff, but I don't know, I felt like he was trying to make some sort of move, and I don't know why he was so mad at us because of this. I don't know why he took this so personal. Like, he got the story. He got the interview. We never, that's the thing, we never competed for the story. We were always of the opinion of, we're going to stand back and we're going to just, we're a podcast.
You literally told him to do it. You literally told him, you go for it. You go for it, man. Like, if you want to do that, you go ahead. We're not touching it.
Yeah, we're not touching it. Dude,
We actually
What the fuck?
gave him sorry, my power went out, so my audio shit. We actually gave him the advice of exactly what had happened, right? We said, wait for somebody else to do it, then do it.
Right.
right? Like, if you were going to do it, do that. We were never planning on doing it, ever. I had no interest in the story.
No. The way my brain works, right? I'm a very cautious person. I have said this many times. I lost my leg. I lost my leg from jogging after getting fit. All right. I have really bad luck. So my brain is, if I go on stream, or if I say in a tweet, or if I do something in the sense where I'm like, I think he lied. I think this kid's lying. And suddenly this dude the next day comes out with a picture of him holding his baby, being like, here's my little baby. You calling me a liar, motherfucker? How dare you? Then guess what? Salvo comes after me. Bujin comes after me. Fucking Flatley comes after me. All you motherfuckers come after me because I wanted to be aggressive and go take the story. Milltown's Best comes after me. I'm on, like, we're on thumbnails for now. Recording sucks. Now recording sucks. Now recording sucks. They don't do the research. Blah 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 blah. That's what happens if I get the story wrong. All right. If you guys get the story wrong, Flatley, Milltown's Best, Bujin, any of you guys, no one says shit because no one cares. But you got like that. That's all. That's what the point is. Like, I can be aggressive. I could be like try to jump in. I could be right. But at the same time, like, I'd rather be cautious because this doesn't matter at the end of the day. This is just a Spurg show where we talk about Spurgy shit. I'm not a journalist, bro. I'm not trying to get the scoop.
It's also the difference of how involved this person was with us, right? WhySoDemented wasn't that involved with us. Okay?
No, he never went on the show.
He went on the streams a couple times, but never, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was on a stream. You're right, yeah.
Ghostii was intimately involved with Now Recording, right? Yes. Big part of the channel. It was, when we were still hanging out and Shot from the Point and stuff like that, always there, right? Mm-hmm. You get somebody like, take Floptina, right, who we covered, about their lie, that we believe is a lie. We don't have proof. I don't need proof, because I'm not going to do the autistic things that other people do, right? I just know he's a liar. Floptina came at us, right? And was chatting shit about us. If WhySoDemented had done the same thing, I might have been more inclined to take him on about his dead baby that I think is a lie, right? But I had no need to. I didn't want to. We were never going to.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's the funny thing is, like, what changes after finding out that WhySoDemented was lying about his backstory? Like, what actually changes in real life, really?
Yeah. Just to reiterate, Ghostii lied about his dead mom, admitted it on Twitter, so he went live on his live stream. Floptina, we made jokes about her being a liar. We made jokes. She took them seriously, and she took it to heart. She started talking shit. God damn it, he started talking shit. So we covered him talking shit about us in a recorded call that we didn't leak. WhySoDemented never said anything bad about us. Never talked really any shit. Just kind of a retard. We knew he was a retard. We knew he was probably lying. And so we stepped back and we waited and we let guys like Milltown's Best cover it because, like, if you guys want to take on that story, that's fine. But at this point, like, we just want to, like, cover retards and wait.
And, you know, fair enough. I got to say, shout out to Milltown. I think he did a pretty good job. But the funny thing about the Floptina thing is, you remember who Floptina was talking shit about us too?
It
was on the sin bin.
Yeah, it was on the sin bin with WhySoDemented.
I'm just saying, it's just funny. It's ironic that that's brought up in this context, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go.
I don't believe in guilt by association, right?
I mean, neither. Yeah.
But I believe in sus by association, right? So whenever I see people hanging out with these people that I know lie, right? I might not say it publicly, but I know. I always look at the people that they surround them with, and you're either stupid or you are also a liar in a den of snakes. Do you know what I mean? More than likely.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I ain't going to call you a liar, though.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, does anyone have any advice for WhySoDemented in his time of need?
Yeah, kill you.
Oh, okay. Well, my advice is lie more. In my opinion, your biggest problem, your biggest foible, your biggest issue here is that you didn't go far enough. You should have lied about something so outrageous that nobody would have ever believed you even the first time you said it. If you had made a lie that was so, like, Godzilla fucking killed my baby. Bigfoot came in one night while I was watching Joe Rogan Experience and fucking took a shit all over my grandma. It's like, yeah, people would be like, oh, that's just a funny, entertaining story, right? But you lying about this and getting everybody to kind of believe you for, months and months and months, it's like, he's running around calling this entertainment. I don't know if that's a good look, buddy. I don't know if it's a good look of you saying like, oh, it's just an entertaining story. No, it was a lie. That's what it was. It was entertaining, maybe, but in reality, just a lie. So
He should have
either don't lie or lie harder.
What he should have done, right? He would have still ostracized the large group of people. What he should have done is played it off as, "Oh my god, I can't believe that you guys fucking believe this."
Yes,
right?
yes.
And
I
mock the
agree.
people for believing them.
That'd have been awesome.
That's really
honestly,
what he should have done.
Yeah.
I think he shouldn't kill himself, but I think he should lie and say he did. Dye his hair blonde, cut his hair, get a different pair of sunglasses with a different shade, get a baseball cap, become a new person, change your name, to Why So Deranged, and work on that.
That would be epic. If he came back and he just did every year he comes back with a new character and a new backstory and whatever, and then we find him out wait a minute, hold on, when you were doing that Mexican accent, you sounded a lot like Why So Demented there. It's like
no, I'm Why So Insidious, guys. Come on.
Oh, we should have put 2 and 2 together the whole time. Oh, you got us again. Oh boy. How's your kid doing?
It would have been funny if he was on the Middletown's Best Interview show and he was like, my kid was kidnapped by the Wicked Witch of the West and taken to a faraway land, and I haven't seen him since, and my wife disappeared into a different dimension.
The fucking black hole swallowed her up, and now she's in Oompa Loompa land. I don't know.
Now she lives with an extraterrestrial mermaid.
Right.
Didn't he say he's trying to grow from this experience? His kid being dead?
It's a learning experience, really. Yeah.
He's a very strong empath, right? He doesn't need it to have happened to him. He can put himself in that situation. I did want to say, since we were talking about Milltown, right? Oh my god, I was watching Tommy's stream, and when he gets to that part where Milltown's talking about his dead baby, and then Milltown's just asking him about YouTube a second later.
What's this Milltown? Trying to get monetized, pal? Yeah.
Bro, I don't know how I'd react if I was doing a simple interview with Why So Demented, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, my kid died because my girlfriend murdered him. What would we do on our recording if he dropped that?
Beavers would laugh.
Yes.
Matt would be like, Beaver, shut the fuck up. This is really serious. I would sit here and just play with my dick or something. Mitch would be there.
Or be playing Destiny in another VC.
Right. Mitch would be looking into space. And D.max?
Down with that.
I'm not sure yet.
I'd cry.
By the way,
I'd cry. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Can I help you in any way?" I would have been duped.
One more thing that we need to acknowledge here, right, is Why So Demented's entire story, right, fell apart because the motherfucker is too dumb to do math.
It's true. It's so true. He literally said that he spent 3 years in jail and then he got out of it, and then he had a 2-year-old which died in 2000. And I have the paper
in front
of me because
not Asian, all right? Let's cut him some slack a little bit.
He could have literally, if he didn't fuck up on the months, because he said I think he said he was 18 when he fucked the girl, and then the baby died when it was 2 years old, and it negates the 9 months that the baby would have had, 10 months that the baby would have had to be in the womb.
And he apparently forgot the date that is he forgot the whole year that his baby died. He said this is through Peepaw. He said to Peepaw that it was 2022, but then when Peepaw did the math, he was like, that doesn't make any sense. That would make the baby 9 months old. He was like, oh no, it was 2021. It's like, oh, okay, well, that makes the math work a little bit better, but now it was some weirdness with the numbers where it's instead of the kid being 2 years old, now all of a sudden it turned into 9 months old. And that made sense, and it was possible that could happen, but it was he got out of jail and immediately got a girl pregnant is what that would have to be.
But the entire point of it, right, is if he didn't fuck up on that if he didn't fuck up with that mathematics,
Riley, do you
All
want to cause?
What?
Sorry.
What the fuck?
Oh,
he's in his
okay.
other fucking VC.
Why are you here?
Oh, core.
Oh my god.
Listen,
Anyway,
She was
point that I was
asking
going
me
to
a
make.
question. My bad.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, sus. We have an
Okay,
imposter among us.
point that I was going to make was, if he hadn't have fucked up with that mathematics, right? He was completely in his right to tell people to fuck off. I don't need to show you anything,
Yes.
Yeah.
right? He would have been a for away. It would have just been one of those stories where it's like, he says this happened to him. I don't believe him, but he says it. And
Can't
that would have been
confirm
the
or
end of it.
deny. Yeah.
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 I have
Yep.
an obvious question. If I
Okay.
admit right here on this podcast that I'm going to tell a lie, and I come with some crazy fucking story to say in like 2 weeks, am I a piece of shit still?
Yeah.
But I admitted to it early before I did
I
it.
mean, I would call that a bit. I mean, especially if you made it deliberate, like you're like, okay, I'm gonna in 2 weeks or whatever, like I'm gonna come up with a crazy zinger.
Yeah, the people who don't look into it though, they don't know it's a lie.
I mean, technically, all of Hollywood's a lie. So I mean, you could just say that it was a script in a movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll think about
I
it.
don't know.
I
That's
don't get why
interesting.
you-
That's an interesting question.
If there's something crazy
people
that
brought
happened
up
next
the-
2 weeks, I'm lying.
People brought up the debates of who's worse, right?
Ghosty?
Ghostii or WhySoDemented.
Yeah, I was curious what people think of that.
I
Both.
think Ghostii's worse, right? They're both bad, but Ghostii is worse because didn't Ghostii, after all of this, after he made up the lie, right? Ghostii was on Twitter and stuff, and he was tweeting about how he held her in her final moments or
Yes.
some shit like that. Like he was
Yes.
making up telenovela kind of storylines with his mother.
He also used a lie to take somebody out, Ember
Right.
Lily, and he was also really annoying. And I hated his voice.
I think that's really funny. I just realized Ember Lily keeps on getting dicked over by all these liars.
Yeah, bro. Every
It's
podcast
kinda
she
funny.
does, involves a co-host who lies about a dead family member.
It's really weird.
all these people keep hanging out with snakes and they don't expect to get bit, bro. Like what?
People don't have good radars.
Well, it's either at a certain point, it's either they're snakes or they're the most naive people on the planet, right? One of those two are true.
Well, I
They
know
either
one
like-
of those are true for somebody.
I don't know. I feel like two things could be true at once with that, Could have
Like-
a naive person that's just also a snake.
Maybe it's because the guy that's feeding bullshit is also accepting to eating it himself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
if
no
you-
questioning of it. Yeah, no matter how
there's
absurd.
questioning because you don't want to question because they're going to be like, "But wait a minute, Demented," you know?
Yeah, I mean, it would be rude. That's the thing is like, again, I go back to the fool me once, fool me twice thing. It's like, it definitely would be rude to like inquire about somebody's dead child, who was murdered like by their fucking wife or girlfriend or whatever the fuck, baby mama. It would be rude if you found out that like, no, it actually was true and they weren't lying. Right. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard. Cause I mean, who would go for that?
The other thing
Who
is,
would?
like, I'd rather be wrong about like a copyright claim or like a false
Yes.
copyright claim or something like that. I'd rather be wrong about Floptina. If Floptina like proved like I'm a fucking millionaire, bitch, fuck you, I'd be like, oh shit, you're right, my bad. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be like, I could be wrong about that, but I'd like a dead baby, a dead mom. No.
No, that'll literally
Well,
sink a
okay,
whole
no.
channel, sink a career.
It's a dead baby and then a murderer.
Yeah.
I could maybe believe and get behind without like thinking that it was sus. I could maybe get behind one of those, but both of those?
Also, I want to say, and I was gone for like a couple minutes, and you guys might have talked about this. I was watching that Milltown's Best interview, and I was also watching the Flatley one, and WhySoDemented said something like he's a great storyteller, he's a great liar.
Yeah.
Bro, that lie was not realistic at all, what he said on Milltown's Best. He is not a great liar. That shit was obvious, man. Like, it was very nonchalant. Like, no,
To be
you're
honest,
not a great liar.
The most convincing I think WhySoDemented has ever been to me, and like the moment where I started to question myself and like almost gaslight myself, like maybe, I don't know, like maybe this guy is telling the truth about all this shit, was when he was on, ironically, the Riz-Off for Bunny, because he had a cold. and his voice sounded a lot more raspy, and he was like really hamming it up with the like, oh, Holmes, like, what up, like, you know, keep it a $10 titty fuck, like, you know, he was doing all that shit, and it's like with that I was like, okay, like I can see the thug coming out, like I can see like maybe he was in a gang or whatever, but like no, now that he's like, and honestly that's about as much as I've listened to him. I listened to the Sin Bin a few times, but he barely ever talks in the Sin Bin from what I saw. But like now that he has like his normal voice, it's like, yeah, no, this is a fucking like, this is just some kid. He like lives.
This
with
is
his
just one of
parents
those
and whatever.
guys. I've said this before about Ghostii. One of these guys should have just stayed in the chat.
Yeah.
Should just stayed in the chat, bro. If you stayed in the chat, you could have said all the crazy shit in the chat you wanted. No one would have gave a fuck. The moment you go on camera, the moment you go on a podcast, yeah, man. Bring out the telescope.
Here's another thing, right? Toxic was alluding to like, well, he didn't allude to it. He said it outright. Like going and looking up the shit is weird, right? But the reality of the situation is you're in a community with weird people.
Yeah.
Why lie? Like
Yes.
this?
Well, that's the thing is like that, because any normal person who's smart would realize like, yeah, this is a community that like works off of exposing people. That's how people's whole careers come by exposing people. How do you think that you're going to get away with a lie that deep for so long? Of course it's going to come out. Like, sure, you know, 90% of the people are going to be charitable like me and be like, I don't know if I want to touch that. Like, I don't know. Like, even if it is a lie, it's like, that's the possibility of like him, you know, telling the truth and then me looking like an idiot. Like, eventually you're going to get like a salvo who just doesn't give a fuck and is just going to go for it. And then you're going to be found out as a liar. And I love this because then on Flatley's thing, Flatley's like, oh, well, so like, why so demented? Like, how do you think you're going to get back into the community? What do you mean get back in the community? Like in the sense that like Ghostii could just appear one day and then we'll just like, what, like, yeah, welcome him. Like, no.
Well, it's because people like Flatley will have him on. They will be the ones who let him back in.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, as long as this one example remains in my mind, I'm never going to trust anything the guy says ever again. Why would I?
Exactly. Well, I think we said everything, right? Does anyone have anything else to say about the situation?
I need a good stress calm. Let's end it.
Okay.
No, I had something real quick. So you don't want to ever give Slug any of your information. If you have a PayPal and you don't have a business one, I feel sorry for you because Slug probably has your first and last name. And my God, good luck to you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Godspeed.
Yep.
Salt in the chat. Post comments, salt. Yo, everybody in the comments section, please just coat your fucking comments with a bunch of salt, just for a good boy Slug, you know?
Yeah.
And if you made it this far in the episode, like it, please.
Yeah. One more thing. Ghostii tried to like Liana tried to tell Ghostii like, yo, if you pay Matt $500, he might let you back in the community, or you should pay Matt $500 for what you did. And he's like, I'll do it. Give me Tommy's PayPal, give me Matt's PayPal, give me this someone. So I see this interaction, right? And I see a tweet that I cannot read. I cannot read the tweet. And on the right, it's my @ and I'm like, why is my @ there? I am not interacting with this these tweets. My @ shouldn't be on the side. I click on the @ I'm blocked. I'm blocked by myself. Like, there's an account called Matt Pitt that has blocked me, and I'm so fucking confused. So then I look closely. I go incognito. It's like @Matt_Pitt R76, and so it's some dude who had quote tweeted Ghostii and be like, "Oh yeah, this is my PayPal right here. Here's the email address."
Oh no!
Yeah. And Ghostii was literally like, "Okay, I got it bookmarked. When I get the money, I'm going to send it to you." And I'm like, I couldn't do it. I could have just like stepped back and been like, "All right, Ghostii."
You should have let him. You should have like, fuck you, Ghostii.
Nah, but Ghostii caught on to it. Ghostii caught on to it
because I caught on. I quote tweeted him and I said, "That's not me, homie."
You shouldn't have did that.
Ghostii asked, "Why is it in euros?"
But he said, "Okay, I'll bookmark it and pay you when I get it."
You should have let him. Matt, you should have let him do it, and then you should have turned around and been like, "That wasn't me, you fucking idiot, and you still owe me $500 fucking dollars."
Yeah, because if fucking Ghostii would have done that, you would say he's pretty bad with money. Also, people that are bad with money, Always Zero, Bunny Button, Panic Pun, Everborn, Fanfiction Narrator, Fresh Brewski, Mame, and Stefan Corbino. If you want to be bad with money, and you got the money to pay, you can pay $15.99 a month. We'll say your name after every stream and after every podcast episode. If you can't afford that, because who can these days, we have the Beaver Lover, which is $10.99 a month. That will get you in priority calls. When we're doing live streams, you can pop in a priority call. You'll be the first one pulled up. And if you can't do that, we got the $4.99 a month, the Stumpies, which gets you access to the Discord and exclusive membership streams each month that we do for our members. So yeah, so if you'd like to support us in any way, become a member, become a Stumpy, a Beaver Lover, or a Bad with Money.
One more thing.
Become Bad with Money, Slug, and Ghostii, please. So Matt has to shout out your name at the end of every episode.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, okay. Another thing is to go check out the description of the YouTube video. We have a bunch of really talented artists that you can hire for your thumbnails, your art, your profile pictures, fucking assets. If you need shit like that, they're really great. Go check them out.
Sex mod.
Do it. Yes.
They might go for that. I don't know. Mishy will.
All right, I need to hit up fan fiction narrator and get hired because I want to narrate some fan fiction. Anyway.
All right.
And if you can find him and he's not in a prison cell currently, Craig Beckett makes great thumbnails. Look him up.
I don't know what he thinks. We need to get him on. I miss him.
Everybody's been missing Craig Beckett.
Where's his redemption arc? Yeah, where's his second chance?
You platform Craig Beckett. And remember, now recording.
It's never recording.
Still recording sucks. Fuck you.
Kill yourself.
I already did.